Hey guys, this is your boy Jamar84 here once again, and we're here reviewing episode 12 of the Bad Girls Club season 10 Atlanta. So let's jump on into the episode so we can go ahead and get this thing started. So this episode again starts with the last one ended off in a big fight like they usually do, and it was when Valentina decided to jump Rocky all of a sudden when it was originally Nancy's fight to begin with, but she decided to throw her 2 cents in, God knows why. And, they tussle. And then as Valentina is fighting Rocky, Shannon she tries to step in and Nancy grabs and swings her out the way. And then this is when Alicia grabbed Rocky from behind and punched her a few times. And then Nancy grabbed her, swung her out the way, and was like, bitch, I can fight my own motherfucking battles. So now we can see that Nancy is a real bitch. Nancy ain't about that jumper hoe shit, and that's why I'm feeling Nancy right about now at this moment. She sees all these other people trying to jump into this shit, and she's like, move. I'm trying to fight this bitch. What the fuck y'all in my way for? So after that whole fight, the security breaks everybody up and tackles half the bitches to the fucking ground. Shannon is yelling at Nancy like, you let these people get this bug in your ear. You did this, you did that. Da 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 da. Nancy ain't even trying to hear all that. She's just too busy screaming, and she's too hyped up right now to even hear nothing that you're talking about, Shannon. And so they all sitting around, and Alicia's like, yeah, I jumped in. And Nancy's like, bitch, I didn't need you to jump in. I'm fighting my own motherfucking battles. And Alicia's like, oh, well, damn. I thought I was trying to help the bitch. Like, what? Why do people think like this is a good idea? Jumping people does not make you a bad bitch. It makes you weak as fuck. But the producer comes in and tells Nancy and Valentina that they have to go to a hotel for the night. Now, any of you guys that are, subscribed to Mona Simone's channel know that she did an interview with Rocky, and Rocky spilled the tea on this shit. She said that it was originally going to be Nancy and her to go to a hotel. But she told that producer, look, I didn't even do shit. I just walked into the motherfucking house and got jumped. So she was like, bitch, if y'all put me in a hotel for the night, I'm going to pack up my shit and I'm going to be gone. And y'all know the producers wasn't about to have Rocky leave the show, not just yet. So that's when they decided to put Valentina into the show. So there's some secret tea for y'all. So the next day, after the whole fight things has happened, it's the next morning. And Shamrock are in there planning and plotting against Alicia like, this bitch jumped me. She thinks she gonna get away with jumping me? Hell motherfucking no. So they in there waiting for Alicia to get up. Alicia ain't getting up fast enough. So I think she says he threw like a bottle of body wash at her. And she woke up like, what the fuck? So Alicia's finally getting up, rubbing her eyes and shit. And she looking a hot mess as usual. She goes downstairs outside and she's talking to Paula and Stephanie. She's like, I heard this loud noise in my room and da 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 da. And she's talking, and then Rocky pulls up. Oh, you want to jump me? You want to jump me? Rocky grabbed Alicia by her head, okay? Yanked the bitch. She yanked the bitch to the floor, grabbed her, had her like in between her legs, like, you gonna jump me? Bow, 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 bow. And it was just a massacre. And Alicia just couldn't do nothing but hold on and look like this. And then, of course, while she was on the ground, Shannon mushed and kicked her. And I really doubt that Alicia even felt what Shannon did. She was just trying to, put her little 2 cents in, literally. So, but otherwise, other than that, Rocky rocked that bitch. She got her ass, and she deserved every lick of it, because you don't be no jumper her shit. Now, granted, that was a mini jump. Sherrod did like a mini jump, but I only call it a mini jump because Shannon didn't really do much. Just kind of, Rocky was doing most of the goddamn punching, so that's why I approve of that shit. And then Alicia got the fucking nerve to be in the confessional talking about some, shit, not Shannon, but Rocky attacked me from the back, and that's some foul shit. Bitch, just last night, not only did you attack her from behind, but you grabbed her while she was in the middle of a fucking fight and was pounding her in her fucking skull. Are you serious? Alicia and Valentina, the logic center of their brain clearly is filled with dust and cobwebs and does not use. I don't understand how they feel like they can do shit, but then when the same shit is done to them, oh, it's foul, it's this, it's that. Bitch, fuck you. So, starting at this point, from throughout the episode, Stephanie is just basically in the confessional talking about some, look, I like Andre, this, that, and the fourth, he's great, but right now, I just need some pussy, I just need some vagina in my life, and I'm itching for that shit. I'm just like, this just sounds like the troubles of a bisexual person. Like, they could be so into one gender, and then just their hormones just start building up, and they just feel like they need to scratch the other side of the fence. I don't know. I could never do it. I could never date somebody that's bisexual. Can you imagine? You can't trust nobody. Anybody could. That's a whole nother video. So Valentina comes home from her hotel stay, and she's walking in the house all happy. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm so happy to see you guys. Whatever, bitch. She comes into Alicia, and Alicia's crying into her arms. Aww, whatever. So they fill Valentina in on what just happened to Alicia. And Valentina, of course, is saying, oh, these bitches only fought her because I wasn't here. Child, bye. Valentina, you are of no threat to nobody at any time. If Valentina was there, it would have made a very little difference. I feel like Shannon just would have give you by a goddamn arm lock like this, and you just would have been squealing like a crazy person. That would have made no damn difference. Girl, sit down. So all the girls, with the exception, of course, of Shamrock, go out to this little dinner or outside, little eatery or whatever. They're all chilling and hanging out, and Andre and Stephanie just start making out and just tonguing each other down the table, and everybody's like, well, damn, bitch, can you get a room? Like, nobody want to sit here and see this shit. Y'all know we don't get no action. And the whole time, Alicia's sitting in the back, butthurt about the whole Rocky situation. She's just like, I swear, like 5 times in the episode, in the confessional, she was like, I have never wanted to fight nobody more like I wanted to fight Rocky. I'm like, bitch, you sit here and talk all this shit. The only time you fought her was when Valentina was already fighting her, and yet you still walking around not doing shit. Just trying to hold quiet like you holding back some kind of big explosion. Girl, bye. So Nancy comes back into the house, and Stephanie is talking to Nancy, or, they had a little chit chat or a conversation or whatever, and Stephanie comes to the confessional, is like, I've been needing an urge to fill out, this bisexual, and I needed some vagina in my life, and I think I'm starting to feel Nancy a little bit. I think I'm starting to feel her out. So I was just like, oh Lord, here we go again. So y'all, when Rocky came back into the house, when she walked in, everybody just looked mad. Rocky walked in really like a bad bitch. I loved her walk. She was like, fuck these bitches, I'm me. And everybody else just got pressed. I could tell. Valentina was like, we just gotta separate ourselves from them. We're gonna go to the other side, bitch. So Rocky decides to pull a neutral member of the party, Paula, aside to get another way, because she's so used to coming to Shannon with her problems. She needed somebody else to kind of, give her that listening ear. So she's talking to Paula, and she's basically saying, like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I'm pissed. I feel like I shouldn't be treated like this, that, and the fourth. Like, what's really going on? And Paula basically lays down the deal and says, the main reason the problem that Valentina has and Valentina Alicia has is what you said to the bartender at Einstein's. The problem that Nancy has is that she overheard, or that somebody overheard a conversation that you were having about her being ratchet. That's pretty much the laydown of what the fuck's going on. And Rocky's still just like, what the fuck? So Nancy and Steph are in the kitchen, and they're talking about she was showering naked or was in the bathtub naked. Something about Nancy having her panties on without a top or something she said she was in. And she was like, if I don't get some dick in the next week or so, I'm about to go to the gay club and find me a bitch. And Stephanie's antennas went up like, ooh. So I believe Nancy goes and tries to take a shower, and she noticed that Stephanie comes in, and she's just like, well, I'm single and ready to mingle. So they get in the shower, and Nancy's just going off, just moaning and groaning and just getting it in, baby. And Valentina's and her nosy ass is sitting on the side like, oh my God. And then she gonna really get mad. She gonna be in the confessional talking about some Stephanie. I've been here the whole time, and the new girl's only been here like a couple of days, and you let her hit and not me. I'm over you, girl. And then after that, she gonna be like, I just play with Stephanie, but I don't really want to get with her. I just want to watch. Like that makes it better. So Rocky gets on the phone with her mom, and she's talking about, I'm frustrated, I'm this, I'm that, I'm ready to beat this bitch's ass, I'm ready to do X, Y, Z, elemental P. Mama's sitting on the other goddamn line talking like some, oh baby, I think you just on your period, honey. Rocky's like, Mom, really? My period? And she's like, I don't even get my period for like another 2 months. And she's like, oh, you ain't on your period, baby. So Valentina confronts Nancy and Stephanie about the whole whatever it was that just happened. And she was like, y'all was fucking, weren't you? She was like, and they was like, no, we didn't do nothing. What makes you think we did something? And then Nancy's sitting there trying to cover her eyes. And she's like, yeah, you go, bitch, because you know you're guilty. You're taking a walk of goddamn shame. And Nancy started getting to the confessional talking about some, oh, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm really feeling Stephanie and this, that, and the fourth. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know about this. This is kind of creepy on the low. You sitting there trying to get all attached, and Stephanie ain't too much with that shit. So the other girls, with the exception of Shamrock went to a separate bar, and they was stripping for some old man, and that was kind of disgusting to watch. But the other girls were going to this other club, or strip club, and Stephanie was sitting there talking to some other girl, just kind of chatting up, and they hugged and whatever. And Nancy sitting over there feels some type of way, like, and she tells Stephanie, don't get a bitch hurt, like, oh, don't play with me. Don't play with my feelings, this, that, and the fourth. She was like, I know you can do whatever you want, but, as long as you do me too. I'm like, well, if she can do whatever the hell she wants, why you sitting there feeling some sort of way about it? Like, as long as you get done, as you say, then you should have no problem, right? So, but Stephanie has a problem now because she's just like, I feel uncomfortable. She's hovering over me, this, that, and the fourth. And she's like, I feel like if I try to talk to her about it, she's gonna whoop my ass. Cause she says girls always whoop my ass about shit like this. This just makes me wonder, like, why was she chosen as the original for this season? Like, why did the producers keep her this long? Why was she even picked at all? I want to see her audition tape. So the girls are, Shannon and Rocky are out on the patio. I guess they're discussing, they mentioned Shannon's birthday. And then Stephanie was like, oh, really? It's your birthday? Well, for what it's worth, happy birthday, this, that, and the fourth. And here come Valentina and the rest of them. Oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday. For real, though. For real. Happy birthday. What? Shannon was like, girl, you could have saved that. You could have kept that shit. So Nancy takes this time to get Rocky alone. Now that her head is clear, she takes Rocky out to the pool outside, and they kind of, long story short, hash things out. Rocky is crying and expressing her frustration about, they was trying to pin you against me. I was down for you, and, this, that, and the fourth. And she just let it all out. So now Nancy is sitting here like, damn, I'm mad at my damn self for getting fooled and played like a motherfucking ping pong ball back between this side and this side telling me this side telling me something else. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck to believe. So Nancy is in the room with Valentina, Alicia, and the rest of them, Paula and Stephanie. And, they're just talking about, how she feels confused, this, that, and the fourth. And in the middle of her sentence, in the middle of the goddamn discussion, we just noticed that there is a roach. Okay? There is a roach on the top of Valentina's head. And she flipped out. It was right here. Like, it's an appropriate location for a roach to camp at. Like, Valentina calling roaches, that's nothing new. But still, that shit, I don't play with roaches. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't play that shit. That shit is fucking gross. And if it was me, I probably would have ran clear down that damn hallway, found the nearest can of Raid, and sprayed the entire house from top to bottom. So finally, Steph mums up the courage to talk to Nancy and basically like, I didn't intend for this to be like this. We could still be cool. This, that, and the fourth. But, and Nancy was like, okay, that's all good and whatever. She's like, I could turn my emotions off like a switch and this, that, and so I'm like, I'm done. And, it was cool. Bam. Solved the problem. And lastly, this episode ends with Andre trying to be cute, calling Stephanie, rapping, I guess something that he wrote, or if it came from a song, or I'm not sure, but he was trying to be cute, and I guess it kind of was in a way, but Stephanie was like, are you rapping love lyrics to me? Like, you can't rap. But it was cute, though. It was cute. And then, lastly, Rocky is just sitting there talking to Shannon like, I don't know what these bitches are planning, but I'm ready for anything. And so we see next week they go to Greece. And we don't really see, I don't think we saw like any like real epic fight happening. So I don't know if they're going to say that for the episode or if it's just not going to happen. But I can't wait to see it. I'm ready for this reunion. That's what I'm really waiting to see. I'm just ready for this season to be over and just get into this 3-part reunion. But as always, I love you guys. I thank you guys so much for watching. commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. And I appreciate it so much. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.